Hey guys, you are watching or listening to the Shift Training Podcast.
We talk about personal development. We talk about physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, and just overall well-being.
All right, and today we're going to be having an open discussion about the importance of focus. So before we jump into that, we got to define it so we know what we're talking about.
How would you define focus?
All right, so we're going to start with some Google textbook type definitions. So, if you Google focus, you're going to get the center of interest or activity. The center, obviously, is the thing you're looking at or focused on, right? We all know that. The next one is the state or quality of having or producing clear visual definition. Clear visual definition. And then my favorite, it's a verb, is adapt to the prevailing level of light and become able to see clearly. The reason why I like this one is because it says you need to adapt to the prevailing level of light in order to see clearly. So sometimes, and not just physical light, like obviously that's how our eyeballs work, but in your life, sometimes we don't have the proper perspective. We can't see properly. We're not adjusting to the level of prevailing light in our life. Sometimes there's more light, sometimes there's less light, but we need to adjust our focus in order to be able to see clearly, in order to move clearly, in order to move to whatever we're supposed to go to next. So focus, those are textbook definitions. Vaughn, what would you say focus is?
Focus for me is your ability to draw your attention to where I want it.
Ooh.
There you go. That's focus for me. Well, we all need to know that focus is also a skill that we need to develop. It's not something that's innate for us. Just like a muscle, if you train your muscle, then your muscle will get bigger. Same thing with our focus. And if you have no focus, by default, your brain will select procrastination, irritation, confusion, and annoyance.
I think it's going to just pick whatever is going to give you the most chemical feeling things happening in your body. So it's like, I don't know, but I want something. And you just act some type of way. And I think a good example of, focus not being innate, a skill we practice, is sometimes you'll see a little kid super focused, but generally speaking, on average, when you see little kids, they're usually all over the place. And one of the things that people learn as they go, learn the focus. You learn how to be able to look at something for a little bit and then go, okay, something else now. Little kids are like, observing it all.
That might be harder for those individuals who have, what is that called, ADHD?
That's true. Yeah. I don't know. I've never been diagnosed, so I can't say. But I pay attention to a lot of stuff, and I also don't want to pay attention to a lot of stuff, so I don't know. Can't relate. What do you think the difference focus will make in a person's life? If you get better with your focus, if you enhance your focus, what does it do for people in their life?
In their life.
Like practically, spiritually, like what does it do in all the areas? What does it do for people?
I think it allows them to be more productive and achieve the goal or accomplish the goal that they want if they're focused. I think for me, if I were to become more focused, I'll be able to achieve more in life.
I think that's a common way that people view focus in terms of like productivity, right? So it's like, more focus makes you more productive, sure. But like, I don't know, how does it help you be more productive? What is it? Can you explain that a little bit more?
I think I think we need to know what our values are, and we need to have some sort of like reference point. So that way, as we talked about earlier, if we don't have those focus, we don't know our values, or we don't have any reference points, we fall into this category of, all right, we're gonna select things that are comfortable. That's like, when we're not doing anything, we just choose to scroll on our social media or eat something that's junk food. It's so easy to select those. But if we have a goal, let's say we want to work out, we want to be more healthy, and we want to accomplish this goal, this XYZ, then we have a reference point. We know when to say no to to other things.
So what I take from what you're saying is focus is directly related to intention or intentionality.
Yeah.
Like, for example, with a lack of focus, let's say briefly in a moment you see something and you see something you really want or someone you really love. You start running towards them. You start running towards whatever it is. And then out of nowhere, you have no control and your body just goes hard left and you start moving far away from the thing that you saw and you started running towards, you wanted it. I would say a lack of focus is the same. You'll have that disconnect from your intentionality. It's like not being able to say, I want, I will do. I want, I shall have. I mean to, and I'm going to, and then not being able to do it. Almost like what some would consider free will. I would say a lack of focus hinders your ability to execute free will or adhere to your intentionality.
Exactly. So on that case, just a follow-up question, how can we develop mental focus?
Ooh, mental focus. I think mental focus or the ability to do that is just practice. Nutrition plays a role because anything that's relevant to your diet, it's going to automatically play a role in your brain health, and brain health plays a role in cognitive function or cognitive capacity. So, for example, if you drink like 6 sodas a day, but you don't drink any water, first thing you're going to probably do is you're going to need to switch that. You're going to need to drink like 6 cups of water and like no soda. And you're going to need to do that for a while, and then you'll probably see some improvement in your brain health and cognitive capacity. But to develop more focus, it's simply practice. Stay focused on something for 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Then break your focus away on purpose, and then come back and focus on it for 35 seconds, 60 seconds, etc. Gradually increase how much you're able to focus on something. Another thing that I think helps with focus is actually enjoyment. It's easy to tunnel vision on things you like.
Yeah, find your passion, you know.
Yeah, anything
So
that's
easy
of
to be in
interest.
flow.
Oh yeah, makes it easier for flow.
Yeah, I think for me, I think in general, what I've noticed is that I am guilty with this. It's not even the problem is the on your recall or your retention. It's actually your attention. Sometimes we are not present enough. Let's say when someone introduces someone's name or remembering dates, birthday, sometimes our attention is somewhere else. That's why we're not remembering things, because we're not focused. Sometimes not the retention is the attention that we need to give and the focus, so that way you can remember things.
So we're too locked on to something. We need to disengage to re-engage elsewhere.
Exactly. So, an example might be reading a book. You want to start focusing, develop your focus, read a book, set up a timer for about 10 to 15 minutes. And when that alarm goes off, give yourself maybe a 2 to 5 minute break and allow yourself to be distracted. And I think creating a distraction list is important. So that way you have a time that you can allow yourself to be distracted to your social media, watch Netflix, watch YouTube, any of that.
Right. I plan that time. I plan my do whatever you want, be distracted time. So, but why, let's talk about another one. Why is it important to know why, like know our personal why to help keep us focused? Like why is it important for us to know what motivates us or drive us?
I think this goes back to our intention. If we want to stay motivated or stay inspired, I think we need to know that why. For example, I'm doing this job. Okay, why are you doing this job? Is it because you're doing it for your family? Or what is it? You need to have a good reason why, otherwise you won't stick with it.
Right.
And it's so easy to just get distracted.
100%.
You can use that why to stay focused.
Yes. Preach the gospel. 100%. I think one of the things that you'll hear me quote Jordan Peterson a lot. I like him. You know what I'm saying? All the haters. But anyways, I like him. It's great. He says, being able to focus on something meaningful. If you can attach meaning to something, you can literally sustain through hardship, through difficult times. So being able to focus on your why or stay connected to your why will help you to remain focused when maybe you don't want to pay attention to how hard things are right now. When you don't want to focus on the difficult feelings that seem to be holding you back, when you rather run away or avoid stuff. When you understand the meaning and you're strongly connected to that, it makes it easier for you to focus despite those things in your way. It makes it easier for you to face them because you understand how important or meaningful it is for you to do so. So the ability, I think, to stay connected to the why it's important for focus is because it literally pulls you forward. It keeps you going. It gives you something to aim at, and it makes sure you can't forget where you're going. So like I said earlier, if you see something you want or that you love or someone you love and you're just running towards them instead of going, here comes life circumstance, and just totally getting off course or going wherever, it makes sure you go, here comes life circumstance. It's a little hard, but I'm still going. And you keep moving towards your target, keep moving towards the thing that you set out to. I think that's why it's important to know your why.
Yeah, I think this keeps you stay intact with, let's say you're a UFC fighter, from what I've noticed, people that have that heart, after the interview, the reason why they win is because they stay focused on their why. That why might be, I'm doing this for my mom or my children, things like that.
Yep, or focused on their strategy instead of something in boxing or any sport really. It's like, I know they were going to do XYZ this. Mm-hmm. I got flustered. I didn't just lose my cool and just start acting however. Mm-hmm. I stuck with the game plan. And I knew that was going to play out that way, and we won.
That's right.
They did their mental contrasting, they did the homework, they did the visualization, they prepared.
Yeah, it can't allow yourself be emotional at those elite, sports.
I think you can, but it has to be focused. Emotion is just energy in motion.
That's right.
If you don't guide it, it's going to go wherever. But if you guide it, it's powerful.
Mm-hmm. That's all right.
Yeah.
Makes sense. That makes sense.
Anything else regarding focus that you'd like to share, Vaughn?
I think that's it.
Focus, guys. It's important. I believe that's all for today.
That's in short.
Yeah.
And if you haven't followed us on our social media, please follow us at Shift on Your Life. And don't forget to subscribe on our YouTube and our podcast, Shift Training.
All right, guys. Thank you for your time. We appreciate it. Leave us a rating, review, share this with somebody you think it'll benefit them. We hope that you have a fantastic day.
And stay focused.
Yeah. Peace.